Alright, welcome to another webcam series with two of my United correspondents. I've got Derek who right now with me. How are you? You good, bruv?
Good, good. Not too
Not
bad.
too bad. And also, I've got Bollywood girl. How are you doing, Anthony?
Actually,
Okay, right. I mean, we all smiley and we all gleeful, but that was certainly not the narrative at Old Trafford about 2 nights ago against Aston Villa. Again, let's do this. We'll tackle this layer by layer. I'll start with Derek first. Derek,
yeah.
I think the stats are a little bit staggering towards United. You guys were really outplayed in large patches of the game. I think in the first 10 minutes, you guys were really awesome. I saw you guys holding on to the ball. There were quick interchange of passes. They were bombing on the wings. Right after 10 minutes, it became a shit show. What do you have to say?
Uh, I think the starting lineup played a part. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't really see like Andres Pereira and Fred being our midfield. So, I mean, once you lose out in midfield, the game, half the battle is lost.
Mm-hmm.
So with Pereira and Fred, I mean, we don't have any like someone who is strong in midfield. So, but we can't do much.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
Girl, you guys took the lead this time. There's
Mm-hmm.
no dramatic comeback and stuff from United, but again in
Yeah.
true United's fashion, you guys actually lost the lead again. Exactly like how
Yeah.
you did or what you did against Sheffield last week. What went wrong this
Yeah.
time around, Gaurav? If you can just probably shed some light. This time at Old Trafford, a place that people used to fear when coming over. It seems like
Yeah.
it's a bit of an Uncle Ringo. People are happy coming over. It's a circus act.
I think this time we got unlucky. The first goal with Jack Grealish,
Mm-hmm.
he scored a wonderful goal. I think it was hard to save that. And then the second one we considered was I mean the defense could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we I think we are unlucky with Villa the game because I feel we played well.
Played well. Derek, would you agree
Yeah.
with Gaurav's analysis of the match? Played well because I don't think you guys really played well. Let me just touch on a few issues, especially on the left wing. Again, the young chap Brandon was actually being left hung up to dry. There wasn't enough support, especially in the first half. Again, it was really, really a bit of shambolic defending. Performance was abysmal going into the second half. What do you make, like, if there was any changes to be made by you, Derek, what would you have done differently?
Maybe maybe I will bring Matic back into midfield. I mean, he will give us the strength and power in midfield rather than those two who are playing on that day.
Mhm.
And also maybe give. I think Tuanzebe was available, right?
Yeah,
I
he was, and
think
he
in
wasn't picked
place.
again.
I mean, I would rather see him in place of Lindelof, who is like I think out of form for the past few games. So maybe in place of Lindelof as well. So these are the few changes that I would make like, on the day.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
Gaurav, it seems that
Yeah.
with Ole, we know about his youth policy and how big of a manager he is, always giving chances to the young bucks. But don't you think sometimes you gotta protect this young talent, especially your left back? He is a precocious talent coming in. He made a big impact. But don't you think that he's being overly used right now, and just the pressure of handling a Premier League opponent in the form of even Aston Villa? Don't you think that he should actually take a back seat, and they should be bedded in slowly?
No, actually, I think it's okay for Williams to come on this at this time. I think the experience will play a huge part for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the coming games, he'll be much more stable than our experienced players. Like Luke Shaw, when he came in,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't look too
Yep.
good, especially with the Astana game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think Williams is doing well.
Mm-hmm.
He with our defense line,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he's still doing quite okay for us. Yeah.
Okay, Derek, on to you. In terms
Yeah.
of just again in-game management from Ole, this is a bit of a big gripe with United fans. Again, the substitutions were really baffling, especially taking out your left back out with Luke Shaw. It didn't pay dividend. In fact, Luke Shaw got yellow carded as well, right?
Yeah, and uh I think he brought off Anthony
He
Marshall
did,
as
he
well,
did,
right?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, which I mean we are going for the win, and
Yeah.
he's taking out Marshall. It's another question mark like that.
So with all
So
like I really want to understand the sentiment from United fans. I think it's good that I have both of you because you guys offer me different perspective. I know Gaurav, you're a
yep,
big fan of Oli. You know, you're always preaching patience. Derek, you're a bit more objective. Right now, again, we all know that no managers. We've seen what Arsenal did a couple of days ago. Surely now, right, guys? If Oli, gets schooled by Jose Mourinho, which we will actually touch on in the next episode, what would be the repercussion, Gaurav, if let's say come this Thursday morning, you guys get schooled by Jose Mourinho and Spurs? What would be the repercussion?
Um, it's a tough one to answer. It's a really good question.
Mm,
I think he needs to really look at his squad. He needs to put in more authority
mm,
in his squad. I feel like he's holding too much back. I
mm.
feel he's just going with the flow, saying like, oh, the squad was unlucky here and
Yep.
there, or like we feel he needs to like give more authority in his job, like show more authority. I mean, yeah, that's what I feel. I feel he's a little bit too nice.
Mhm.
You think so?
No, no, no. I certainly feel the way you feel, but the thing is,
That's what I
I think
feel.
that's
Yeah,
that's a sticky situation or the tricky part rather having an ex-legend at the helm, and
yeah,
this is what something that we are right now experiencing as well with Freddie Ljungberg. But
yeah,
I think the good thing is right now the world can actually learn from United's mistake. I'll call it a mistake straight up. I don't think Oli should have landed the job. Again, he landed the job because of the tap
yep,
in 1999. Again, for
yeah,
United's structure, I don't think it's healthy to have Oli. I don't even know how he landed his job, but that's again for another day altogether. But Derek, you mentioned a great point just now. Nemanja Matic, one of the biggest
yep,
outcasts. Many people, were slating Matic, slow tortoise. He can't even, he's a sideway bob, always giving safe passes. But I also do understand why Matic presence is needed, especially in the midfield whereby it's really young. And you mentioned Matic would definitely add a bit of steel, although his legs are gone. Do you think that
yep.
he should be the one anchoring the midfield right now with Scott, or when Scott comes in, would Matic make his way out?
Uh, I would I would think that in this current situation,
Mhm.
hello,
Sorry, yeah, you gotta repeat.
we-
You gotta repeat again, man.
can you hear me?
Yep, yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, so we should have actually Matic and Fred in midfield rather than two who is like not strong at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need some strength in midfield. Without nowadays in modern football, without strength, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think we can dominate a midfield.
True.
So, I mean, I would prefer with Fred and Matic in midfield and Pogba just in front of them. This would be the best midfield
Mm-hmm.
for now, like, with what we have.
And Derek, sticking with you, do you agree with Mata starting games? Because we all know what Mata is capable of, but what he was well capable of, that was done and dusted about probably 3 seasons ago.
Yep.
Do you agree that Mata should be starting game or he should be given this special role like what Sosha had previously, the super sub?
I think he shouldn't be starting game. I think he should be super sub role. But I mean, I think his time is up lah because his legs are aging. I don't think he can run as much as he can anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's I feel like next season he shouldn't be at United at all.
And I totally agree. And
Yeah, I mean, if yeah, we should let him go lah. I mean, his time is up.
yep, great. Gurf,
yeah,
I think one of
yeah.
the biggest conundrum right now, like we actually spoke about it briefly last week about your defense. You guys invested heavily at the back, once Bisaka and also with the purchase of Harry Maguire. You guys were absolutely
Yeah.
gassed, man. I remember, all the uproar that was coming from the United camp after the first match against Chelsea, which was again a bogus game. You guys were calling Harry
Yeah.
Maguire, probably the next Beckenbauer, the English Beckenbauer, and also, yeah, Aaron Wan Bissaka, Spider One. Aaron Wan Bissaka, it's a bit. He's running out of web. It seems for a Spider-Man. What do you make of his performance against Aston
I think
Villa?
he's doing really well for a club. Actually, sorry.
What do you make of Wan Bissaka's and Harry Maguire's performance against Aston Villa?
Uh, it's quite disappointing to see them struggling because both of them are actually very good players.
Mm.
Especially Wan Bisaka. He's been like our Maldini
Mm-hmm.
for like most of our games
Mm-hmm.
actually. And then he has been, yeah, he's been actually our best player throughout the season.
Okay,
I feel.
but
Yeah.
your best player can't even cross the road. He can't even cross a simple ball into a 6 yard box. So
That's weakling, bro.
Yeah.
what?
It's his weakness, I feel.
Yeah, like you talk about, United has always good history of fullbacks, especially in that position. We remember one guy by a certain name of Gary
Yeah.
Neville. At least that guy scores 1 goal per season, lah. That's why they call him the 1 goal man per season. But one thing for sure,
And he's crossing,
yeah,
and he got good
decent,
crossing, lah.
decent
Yeah.
crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spider One can't seem to actually, again cross the road. He's weak in his
Yeah.
again, yeah, in the attacking third. His defending, of
Yeah.
course, something that we cannot actually deny. He's really good at it, but it seems like
Yeah.
it's not performing. It's not performing at the back.
I mean, it's his first season. I think for his first season, he's doing really well.
Mhm,
Things not every player is going to be perfect,
mhm,
especially starting United, a struggling United in their first season.
mhm,
So he needs a little more time to settle down. He definitely needs to work on his
mhm.
courses. So let's see how he does in the next season. Actually, yeah,
And he's still young.
and yeah, he's still very young. There's a lot to learn.
Well, I mean, sorry to
And
intervene. I mean, speaking of young,
yeah,
I think that's again a term that's overly thrown by United fans because the last time we used the word young, it was being attached to a certain Jesse Lingard. He's young. He's the next prodigal son. 26 years old and he's still young, isn't he? Captain
Got
Jesse.
to go, lah, bro.
but I feel Wan Bisaka is more hungry rather than Lingard. I don't see the hunger in Lingard. Lingard seems to be more about the flash, the money,
The
the
J-Links.
jewelry. Yeah, yeah, the
Social media.
J-Links, doing this one, scoring goals.
Fuck that shit.
And then and the funny part, I was on Instagram. You guys were absolutely over the moon to see him wearing the armband against the mighty
No, man.
Astana.
No,
No, were
man.
you? Were you
Fuck,
not?
No,
no,
no.
man.
Right, Derek.
I would rather see Lee Grant captaining the side on that day, man.
Good shout, man. Good
Lee
shout.
Grant.
Good shout.
Yeah.
But anyway, Derek, like
Yeah.
we touch a bit. I think this is probably the last chapter for today in terms of your defense. Do you agree with the four or even sometimes the five? Especially, like, I think the preferred backline right now, right with Aaron. You got Harry and then Victor and also right now Brandon. Right? Do you agree with
Yeah.
this four, or would you have it slightly different?
I mean,
Uh,
I would want to give Dalo a chance to
Hmm.
Diogo Dalo.
Yep.
I mean, he's also another up and coming. I mean, like Jose say, I think he's one of the best young fullbacks in the world right now.
Whoa, big
But he's
shout.
not he's not. Yeah, I mean that's what Jose says lah. But he's not being given
Trent
a chance lah. So I think
Alexander-Arnold.
yeah, yeah. I would like to see him being given a chance lah. Like I mean, like you say, Wan Bissaka is not giving enough in the final third.
Mhm.
I think Diogo Dalot has more in his arsenal lah.
Okay, okay. And
Uh,
Gaurav, like, what do you guys have to do, man, to actually start picking up 3 points? Because you guys were given so many opportunities to actually leapfrog Arsenal, my team, and
yep.
you
yeah.
guys seems to push the baton back to us. You guys are a bit shy this time, no?
Passing taken.
I
Athletics.
think we need to work on our confidence back because when I watched the Villa game, there was a lot of
Mm.
chances that they seem to be like throwing away. there's so many chances where they could score, especially like Rashford. Though he scored a goal,
Mhm.
he's not taking enough chances that he's given.
Mhm.
So I think we need to be more clinical in our chances. We are definitely going to concede goals. And I also, the question that you asked, Derek, I would like to see
Oh,
Tuan
Zebek, good
Zebit
shout. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah
Yep.
start and Dalot Diego Dalot to start. Yeah, so
Given a chance, yeah.
Mhm.
hopefully, yeah, they definitely need more playing time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how Williams is getting. Yeah,
Bro, looking at the team right now and how they are performing, I'm sure Solskjaer's position is untenable right now, right? Don't you think so?
until the transfer window, I feel. Yeah,
Is that how long you would actually give him?
yeah. I would like to see what he does in the transfer window and what are his tactics
Mm-hmm.
after
but
that.
what I heard was different.
Yeah,
I
precisely.
heard
I
was
was also glad
yeah,
about because you told us last week
yeah.
that it's only or nothing. You shouldn't be sacking
Yeah.
managers. You probably give him the chance to go on until end of the season.
Ah,
Now there's a bit of a Bollywood tune that's being played right now. Now after looking at the performance, not so confident. Eh?
after the Villa game, after the Astana, the substitution is making me rethink.
That was quick, but that's
But do you
United
know
fans.
there's some rumors going on that
What about it?
the next two games may decide his fate. No, I heard there's a rumors going on. The City and the Spurs, the next Spurs game and the City game. After these two games, they will see the
Mhm.
results and then they will
Look, like
decide
I,
again
I,
whether.
I mean, you guys will probably be hoping and praying, to whichever God that you guys believe in, that this would actually come to fruition. But look, if you were to look at things in a cold light of day, it's hard for United's board to actually release their security blanket in terms of Oli. I feel this is again
Yeah.
my personal opinion because right now we can see, it's really apparent to everybody. Even Stevie Wonder would have known that you guys are shit right now. But the one thing
Yeah.
that your fans are still divided, which is again surprising because they are completely on a total crusade against your board. I do understand your board is a bunch of assholes, so is mine. But
Yeah, we
yeah,
need.
but changing the board is near impossible task, right? But so the best that you can do, the best you can hope for is a change of managers, isn't it right?
I would feel maybe they should bring in a sporting director
But that's solve
to
but that,
bridge
but that,
that
but that
gap
solve the
between
issue though.
the
Like you guys keep
yeah.
talking about sporting director, but if the sporting
Yep.
director still reports to Ed Woodward, what difference does it make, guys? Garth?
Hmm. I honestly don't know. Uh,
Yeah, because the thing is,
I don't know how the club
yeah, because the
works.
thing is, if
Yeah.
you guys start, again on a losing run, on a bad run, and then probably the next thing you guys will probably blame is the director of football. It's his fault. It's never the
Yeah.
manager's fault. It's never Ole's fault. Ole looks
Yep. Yep.
completely out of depth. It's really inept. So why are you guys still, some? I know not you, Derek, but this guy here.
Mm.
Last week he was all gung ho, with Ole. He was actually preaching Ole's patience. But guys, let's be realistic. Hypothesis: Ole decides to bottle these two matches. But I honestly feel he's gonna win against Spurs. That's my premonition. It's just a
Yep.
strange hunch.
Same.
I think he will do it, and you guys will be on the bounce again. And then Ed Woodward, will be
Let's bring a
complacent.
surprise.
But then again, like Derek, let's say with you,
Yeah.
if he wins the match against Jose, and then he gets scooped by your noisy neighbor at the Etihad. Do you think it's fair to actually give him the cut?
I think it's fair because we can't even
But
win
but you
games
you
against the bottom
like you don't
sides.
even expect any team, right, for that matter to beat City at Etihad.
Yeah, I mean, I at this point of time I don't mind getting schooled at City because I don't think we are good enough. And honestly speaking, I mean, we can give them a good fight, but eventually we will still lose out.
Mhm.
And anyway, we are not winning against teams like Aston Villa, like all those
Mhm.
lower teams. How are we gonna like look towards the future? I mean, like I think his time is coming up soon. I mean,
Mhm.
it's yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean when I watched I mean last week I was saying I was all for
You
Ole.
were, and I will replay the
Uh,
clips later on.
yeah. I was actually I was actually thinking that he will the Astana game and the Villa game he will do much better with his first 11 after seeing the Sheffield game.
Mm.
But then he for the Villa game he goes and starts Fred and Pereira again. So I'm
Yeah,
actually very disappointed with his tactics and him starting Fred and Pereira.
I
So
think Fred and
I only
Pereira
can put
started.
him until January. Yeah,
Sorry, Derek.
Who did we play before? Who did we play before the Astana game? In the Premier
they
League.
play a
Sheffield,
lot
Sheffield.
of
Yeah, I think we also played Pereira and Fred, right?
yeah, yeah.
You guys played, yeah, you did, you did.
No, no, not
No,
not
you did. You
Pereira,
played Fred, but not Pereira.
not
Yeah,
Pereira.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. But I think this whole fascination with Pereira should just end. Lah. He's actually a fraud. One of the biggest fraud that's come out from Brazil.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
I
Andres
can't believe. It's like
Fraudinho.
another Cleberson.
Yeah, another Andres Fraudinho.
the
Complete
the
fraud.
shots the shots he was taking
Oh
for
my
Villa also wasting chances. Like
Uh-huh.
it was horrible. It was really horrible. It's like
I mean,
yeah,
in the beginning of season,
Mm.
I think Solskjaer was playing him in right of
Yeah,
midfield. I
he
mean,
was.
like,
Yeah.
what does he see in playing him
No,
there?
but you see the
I
thing
still
is,
don't
if
understand.
you again, you know, if you really want to be hypercritical about it against Liverpool, I believe that apart from the Chelsea match, I think you guys played really well. I think that will be the second best performance that I've seen from United so far this season, and
Oh yeah,
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 and
yeah.
remember,
Liverpool,
yeah,
yeah,
Pereira was giving you a lot of engine in the middle.
yeah, yeah.
So
He was doing well. He was doing well. He did well.
is it a motivation issue, Gaurav? Like you guys will always be pumped up for the big one, and then for the smaller team, you decide to be all Christmassy giveaways, Santa Claus.
well, if you have one clown who decides to be a clown on the
And
day,
who's that?
and then you have another clown beside him, it'll be a circus, bro. You know what the two clowns, right? Farah.
Wait, and what about Victor Lindelof? I feel that we are not focusing. Victor Lindelof. Yes, he did score a goal, against Aston Villa, but I don't think for a defender, again, so much hype surrounding him. I don't think he's all that. Derek, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at times he's good, but there are
Mm-hmm.
times the mistakes that
Most
cost us
times,
the game.
most times I think.
Yeah, actually most times the mistakes cost us the game. Like a simple, he can't even do a simple header in a warm up. Do you
Uh-huh.
see those? Do you
Yeah,
see the
yeah,
warm
yeah,
up?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw. So
Oh my.
that it begs the question: does anybody here miss Smaldini, Chris Smaldini?
No way, I don't miss him at all. The mistakes that he
No.
makes from the past matches, I've seen it firsthand. No way, I don't miss him.
I don't
Okay.
miss him too.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna wrap up this first part
Yeah.
of this whole session. Again, we're gonna go on with the next one, and that is just a preview itself against Spurs. But before I close this first one, I'm gonna start with Gaurav. If again Ole gets the sack, be it this week, be it next week, or hell, even end of the season, who will be your first managerial candidate that you would like to see at Old Trafford?
If they can get Poch, I feel he's the only best guy out there that can take our club. I don't see anyone else that can do the job, especially with him finding new that is good in the transfer windows.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will be him.
Okay, and
Hopefully. Yeah.
and Derek, if Poch decides to go to a much bigger club, Arsenal,
Yep.
you know, uh, you took a snapshot there. Thank you. So if Poch decides to go to a bigger club, Arsenal,
Yep. Yep.
who would then be your ideal candidate?
I would I would prefer Brandon Rogers, bro.
David Moyes is available.
Yeah, I will go for the Brandon Rogers.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
that guy
Yep.
too, man.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and, and we all also know, sticking to just Brendan Rodgers, the last manager who had probably the same reputation as him was David Moyes, and look how it actually panned out for him at Old Trafford. Do you think at this moment you guys still would want to actually go on this project of getting an aspiring manager rather than a proven one like in the form of Max Allegri, Derek?
Uh, I mean, ex Allegri, I think would be a good choice as well. But I think proven Premier League. I mean, Brendan Rodgers is not proven, but with the football they are playing, I think he will be the ideal choice. Lah. And I think he's Scottish too, right?
No. Is he?
Yeah, I
I don't
think
think
he's
so. No.
Scottish.
He's. I think
Mm,
he's. Is he Irish?
let's Google. Let's Google.
I
Yeah.
think he's Scot. Yeah, if I'm
It
not wrong,
doesn't
he's
matter lah. But
Scottish.
he's
Yeah.
another Brexit FC guy lah. He's another Brit. Yeah,
So
that's for sure.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, good shout, man. Like, yeah, Gaurav. So have you
he's
found out
northern.
the nationality?
He's Northern Irish.
Yeah, Irish, yeah, Northern Irish, yeah. So, but then again, hey, guys, thank you so much, man, for coming up for this one. I know it's a hard topic. It's really depressing. I really wonder how Gaurav keeps up that facade. Always smiling and laughing. But then you can see, the progress. Last week he was standing up. He was seated rather. Doing this dance, and this time around he's all like down. God, God knows what will happen to him next week. Okay, so for those of you who are new, especially United fans, I really want to hear what you guys think about, especially those pointers made by these two brilliant guests of mine. If you got, your preferred lineup, if you don't agree, even if you do, please leave it in the comment. If you're new, please subscribe to this channel, Napshot Studio. We're gonna speak to them again for the preview match. This time, it's United against your old enemy, old foe, Jose Mourinho. Sign out.
Yeah.